May 2009 Injured street bull rescued Sudivai update new arrivals care for cows in Vrindavan CFC trustees Vraja Mohan Dasa Hayavalabha Dasa Amit Dhulani Rakesh Rahira patrons Radha Jivan Dasa Suresh Vajiani CFC staff Kurmarupa Dasa Dr. J.P. Lavanya Kesi Nisudana Dasa Braja Gopal Dasa, Switzerland, Laxmi Rupa Dasi, Denmark, Jagannath Dasa Isani Devi Dasi, Holland, Gajanand Dasa Devaki Kumar Dasa Siam Hari, Vijay, Ramu, Santosh, Mithan, Sukumar editor Kurmarupa Dasa Care for Cows in Vrindavana is inspired by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada founder Acharya International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Dear friends, a government officer stops at a ranch in Montana, and tells an old rancher, "I need to inspect your ranch for illegally grown drugs." The old rancher says, "Okay, but do not go in that field over there." The officer verbally explodes saying, "I have the authority of the federal government." Reaching into his pants pocket, he proudly displays his badge to the farmer. "See this badge. This badge means I am allowed to go wherever I wish, on any land. No questions asked. Do you understand?" The old rancher nods politely, apologizes, and goes about his chores. A short time later, the old rancher hears loud screams and sees the officer running for his life being chased by the rancher's prize bull. With every step the bull is gaining ground on the officer, and it seems likely that he'll get horned before he reaches safety. The officer is clearly terrified. The old rancher throws down his tools, runs to the fence and yells at the top of his lungs, "Your badge, show him your badge." Submitted by Mark Middle Mountain, cow-owner at pamho.net. Jayasri Guru. Jayasri Gopala. Jayasri Gomata. CA-refercows.org. Care for Cows in Vrindavan is a charitable trust registered in India, USA, Holland, and Switzerland. The CFC's TAF volunteers spontaneously gather to assist in loading the injured bull onto our truck. Injured street bull rescued on Sunday, April 5. We received 2 phone calls asking us to rescue a full-grown injured street bull from the main thoroughfare in Vrindavan. We located him in the evening and examined the large gaping maggot-infested wound on his right side, but the weekend traffic prevented us from picking him up. The next morning we located him sitting peacefully off the main road, but as soon as he saw us approaching with a rope, he ran for his life. We never expected he would be so agile with the large laceration. Fortunately, he ran into a small park and was confined. We administered a tranquilizer and waited 30 minutes for it to take effect. As usual, people in the neighborhood began to gather, ask questions and offer advice. We told them we planned to bring the bull to CFC and treat him, and everyone agreed to help. As he became drowsy we corralled him towards the truck, but he collapsed before we could load him. We placed a stretcher under him and 12 to 15 men lifted the 400-kilo bull onto the truck. We got him into the recovery ward without event and cleaned and dressed his wound, which was 10 inches long and 4 inches deep. We decided not to try to stitch the wound as the flesh was dry. After removing all the maggots and pus, we packed the wound with white granulated sugar, which surprisingly creates a favorable atmosphere for new cells to grow. We fed him well, and by the next day he understood we were trying to help him and cooperated. The wound immediately began to fill in and is now only about 1 inch deep. After 3 weeks of treatment he has made surprising improvement, and we are confident he will fully recover, and since he is gentle, we have the hope he can be trained to join our school bus workforce. As usual, Sudivai is working overtime. She has expanded her Radha Surabhai Goshala, which can now host about 400 cows at a time. She is undoubtedly one of the bravest Gosevaks in Vraja and deserves all the help she can get. Today, with only a skeleton crew, she is attending to more than 300 cows, many with broken limbs and several who are unable to stand unattended. Her Goshala is like a battlefield hospital, but the morale is high. Several of her patients suffer from FMD, foot and mouth disease. Sudivai update: Sudivai Dasi has been living in India for 30 years and attending to abandoned cows for more than 12 years. Her dedication is unique and she deserves your help. Update, which is a troublesome malady to treat as it entails having to arrest the patient and directly treat the lesions on their tongue and gums. Sudevi sighed with relief as she told us that she has discovered a homeopathic remedy for FMD which tastes sweet, and after a healthy young bull born at Radha Surabhi Goshala administering the medicine once, the patients actually line up and open their mouths to accept the treatment. All persons inclined to assist Sudevi in her sincere, dedicated and persistent service are invited to contact us. A patient receiving treatment for fungus Saki and Vishal Saki is one of the 8 calves rescued from a crowded truck which was being used to transport calves from several villages to the streets of Vrindavan. See our January 2007 newsletter. Though she is quiet and reserved, she secretly managed to get herself pregnant and has delivered a fine young bull calf. Saki is the first cow at Care for Cows to deliver her calf in a standing position. 2 days after Saki's bull was born, Jagannath Rao from Delhi brought some friends to visit Care for Cows who became inspired to adopt him. They are Bimala Prasida Dasa and his wife Yamuna, and they have named the calf Vishal. New arrivals: a friend encountered an old cow lying flat on the road in the village of Kiki Nangla. She was too weak to get up on her own. When our truck arrived, the villagers said she was abandoned. We asked, "What does the rope around her neck indicate?" One villager answered, "That she has an owner." "What do her 5 missing teeth indicate?" we asked further. "That she is old and can no longer give milk, that's why no one will claim her," the same man answered. Embarrassed by the fact that when a cow in their village was no longer able to offer milk she was turned out, they eagerly helped us load her on our truck. The next day a pious lady from Mumbai arrived and asked how she could serve the cows here. We told her she could feed the herd bananas. She happily agreed and asked for more service. The old cow came up and stood in front of her and we asked her to sponsor her. She happily agreed and named her Radha. New arrivals: cow, need care. One morning at 7 o'clock we heard a knock on our door. We opened it to find an old cow we had never seen before, anxious to walk in. Cows communicate telepathically, so she sent us a message, "Excuse me. Is this Care for Cows?" I answered, "Yes." She responded, "Well, I am a cow and I need care. What are you waiting for? She is undernourished and covered with ticks." I gave her some vegetable cuttings and chapatis and asked the cowherd men to take her to the Goshala. Now she has been dewormed, well fed, and has settled into the herd and is happy there. New arrivals on Akshaya Tritiya, Chandanyatra, when Vrindavan is flooded with pilgrims anxious to visit the major temples to view Krishna covered with sandalwood paste to ward off the hot summer, Mangala sat down and delivered her second calf. The handsome bull has been named Akshaya and is healthy and bright. Mangala, this friendly young bull, was hit by a car and suffered a broken ankle. He sat down in front of an incense shop and the owner arranged for him to be sent to Care for Cows. His leg has been cast and he is adjusting well. Alexandra Lukyashchenko, Amit Goswami, AMS Zipnet PVT Ltd. Anatolij Dorogadin, Anna Sunko, Baldev Das, Beryl Trimble, Bimal Prasad Dasa and Yamuna Dasi, Karl and Stella Hersig, Chandramukha Dasi, Coral Wheatley, Croatia, Putul Devaki Kumar Dasa, Devala Dasa, Devender Kumar, Dhruva Maharaja Dasa, Doyle Govinda Dasa, Akagapai Dasi, Essential Herbs and Vitamins, Gabrielle Hincliffe, Gauranga Priya Dasi, Gina Naidu, Hamsa Avatar and Yogamaya, Hemant Ramana, Julia Erdem, Isani Dasi, Jagannath Rao, James Moore, Janhava Dasi, Jivananda Dasa, Joel Snyder, Jurgen Jensen, Kamlesha Graval, Katyayani Dasi, Keshvara Priya, D.D. Kitri and Rita Kunam, Mani Laura Chunald, Lilia Tonava, Lisa Kubis, Madhava Dasa, Manish Bishnoi, Manoj Kumar, Vadavat Mayapur, Chandra Dasa, Michael Meshuris, Michael Wentz, Mahalai Ananda. May cows stay in front of me, may cows stay behind me, may cows stay on both sides of me. May I always reside in the midst of cows. Hari Bhaktavila 16.252. The cows send their heartfelt thanks to those who assisted during April 2009. Thank you from the cows: Nicholas Pasita, Nikhil Patel, Nishant Vashisht, Panir Selvam, Kanagaratnam, Pinkash Shah, Purnama C. Dasi, Radha Karan Dasa, Radha Jivan Dasa, Ramesh Chandra, Razamandala Dasi, Rohini Sudha Dasa, Samarchit Anand Santosh Dasa, Sarah Needs Wiki, Secretly Young, Sophie Rubinstein, Sujata Chudhuri, Tal Avidal Vananath Dasa, Vladimir Ivanov, Vyasapata Dasa, Yajanava Devakaya Dasa Yogesh Yulia. Vileda Mirava.